Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Mostly. Calm down, kitty.
No.
Fucking pussy galore over here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Octopussy.
This kitty has claws.
Octopussy.
Ah, yes. My favorite pussy.
Yes. Octos.
Octo.
Octopussy. I don't
Oh,
like
God.
a singular. I like
No.
octo.
Multiples.
Octo.
Not just one. What is this? This is the 21st century. We are advanced.
Yes.
We're an advanced species, okay?
Yes, I'm all for empowering women with eight pussies. Okay.
Yes.
This one's outstayed its welcome. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome to another episode. Yeah. Bare knuckles.
Bare knuckles.
Bare knuckles, and we don't mean like the bear.
No.
Like bare knuckles.
Like fists.
Like,
Pounding.
No, the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms.
The right to bare knuckles.
Yes. Bare knuckles.
Oh boy, you know what this
Yes.
is? This is like a mongoloid version of a Humphrey Bogart movie.
Yeah, a little bit. I like how they tried to make it like a film noir. Like it's like
So you got like a. He's not a private detective in this. He's a bounty hunter going around and getting information.
That was their first mistake, making him a bounty hunter.
Yeah, but that gives you an excuse to have him beat people up.
And have a dingy ass apartment where he has like
paper
and X's on the walls. And
He's grimy,
his
Will.
headboard is a fucking big ass blue piece of folded paper.
Yeah, he's grimy, Will.
Yeah. So anyway,
The attempt was made.
this one might be, I don't know if it's gonna be short or not, but like it's a very simple movie. There's not much in the way of like things happen, of course. I mean, it's still a movie, but like there's not much that like drives the plot along, right? It's just like it's so simple.
Deaths and punches.
Deaths, punches, and lots of talking. Like that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll get into bare knuckles.
Oh boy.
So credits roll. You get to see a bunch of people that work with John Carpenter. Or work with John Carpenter.
That would go on to work with John
There was
Carpenter.
like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Like,
And it immediately just fucking, from credits, just out of nowhere, cuts to a guy getting, like, socked right in the fucking face.
yep, we get a back alley fight, and they're just like beating the shit out of each other.
Just two fucking mustachioed gentlemen.
Yeah, that times I couldn't tell who was hitting who.
Two mustachioed dudes wearing the same fucking jackets and jeans.
Yeah,
Punching each
they
other.
look almost exactly the same. It might have just been that guy's stuntman.
What?
I have no idea.
I don't know, one of them looks kind of like... So you got our guy, gay porn star.
Yes.
The other guy kind of looks like Michael Bay with a mustache. And
yeah, that's true. Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
eventually, mustachioed Michael Bay gets knocked out.
Yeah, punches him
And our guy,
slams
like,
him into a wall.
fucking
and then
like waddles his shoe on his face.
making sure he's knocked out. And then it immediately cuts to a police station.
And they're just like, this crusty like cop comes out, just like, book him, book the scum, like all this stuff. And he like,
They're like, we got enough evidence here. And then he goes up to like our porn star
our
guy
man.
and is like, listen, just because you're a bounty hunter doesn't mean you have to rough him up before you bring him in or whatever.
You don't care about the law.
Like, if you cared about the law, you wouldn't bring in your bounties in this condition.
And he's like, I don't care, I'm just getting paid.
Yep.
And so they give him the paper, he signs it, and they pay him, and that's
And he
it's our man.
back to his apartment.
Which has like,
Just
it's like someone's fucking art studio, and it's just
it
like
has
the
a
back
bunch of,
room.
it has a bunch of like bounties all over the wall.
Yeah, there's just posters all over the wall, and he takes like a little crayon and
And
just
just X's out one of them.
he got him. Book him, Dano.
And then we get the brilliant workout montage.
Oh, well. So, there is a little movie a year before this called Rocky.
Just a little indie film.
Little indie film. Indie actor named Sylvester Stallone.
The Italian Stallion.
The Italian Stallion himself. Little indie film. Was a bit of a hit. And somebody decided, you know what we need? A training montage.
Yep.
For why?
Just
no
because.
reason. Because why not?
So we have him hitting a sandbag. We have him
doing push-ups on like bricks.
And then the weirdest one, we have him running in like a park, but he's like fully clothed. He's like, he doesn't have any workout gear on. It's literally just jeans and a sweater.
Jeans and a fucking sweater, and he doesn't look like he's exercising. He looks like he's just running away from somebody.
Seriously, it looks like he's scared.
Seriously, but that's the exercise.
Legit, who exercises in jeans and a sweater?
I think they got to like the park to film, and he forgot to bring the workout clothes.
Like
and they're
shorts
just like,
or
yeah.
something like.
And they're just like, fuck it, film it anyway.
All right, just film it. Listen, we're gonna have someone chasing behind you just to get you to go a little faster.
Okay, we're gonna have a man with a.
Try not to look scared. Look scared in film.
And then the best part though is after the training montage.
Oh my god, yes.
The cherry on top is our man playing a flute.
He's like playing a flute to the beat of the song.
He plays the flute for like 10 seconds. End scene.
End scene. It immediately cuts to another scene.
No indication that our man is a musician or anything before or after.
Nothing after this ever mentioned anything about the flute.
But that's fine. This is the extent of the character we get.
This is all we needed, okay?
It's true. It's fine. And then we cut to...
We get a dude pulling up into a parking lot.
A classy joint.
A real classy joint. The best. Only 5-star restaurants for his gal.
Pizza Hut.
Hut.
They pull up, the dude parks like a fucking dickhead.
In a Pizza Hut parking lot.
And he starts like bitching her out for some reason.
I can't remember what she like... She didn't really do anything.
I think she just didn't want. I think she just didn't want to fuck him.
Yeah, and so
because I guess I don't know. I guess he asked her to fuck him before they had their fancy Pizza Hut dinner. Because that's how it goes. First you have sex and then you go to dinner, not the other way around. And she just like starts going away.
So they start going towards the Pizza Hut, and he's still fighting her. And then like our dude comes out with a pizza.
And it's just like, don't.
Steps in the middle of him and is like, don't.
Basically just saying, don't do it.
And then he like steps in the way.
And then he's like, get out of the way or I'll like beat you up. And he's like, no. The guy's like, fine.
He like gets in his car and drives away.
Fucking skids off.
So our dude decides to be the cool cat and just walks away from the girl. Puts his pizza on the trunk of his car.
And starts eating it.
And starts eating it.
The girl starts walking away. And then she walks back and is like... She says like, oh, it's a nice night for a dinner, huh? And he's like, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, no, he just
keeps eating his fucking pizza.
Completely quiet the entire time.
And then she's like, all that's missing is romantic music and some wine.
And he just like he finishes
eats
his slice of pizza, and then it cuts to them at his house, and he's sitting on his
house office,
his mattress on the floor with a headboard that looks like a giant blue piece of paper
with random like occasional art on the blank walls
that he apparently drew. And she's like, "So what's your name?" And he's like, "Kane." And she's like, "So like Candy,
like Abel,
like
Citizen?"
He's like, "No, like an old man's walking."
Like a blind man's.
Oh, blind man's walking cane.
But he doesn't even say cane.
He didn't even say it. He says...
Because we know.
He literally
we fucking know.
Like an old man's walking. And then she's like... that gets her hot and bothered.
She wants to suck his dick again. Not really. They just talk.
They just talk and it ends. And then
it gets like deep and she's just like, I'm afraid. You'll hurt me. And he's like, I won't do that.
I would
she's
never
like, no,
do that.
Not my outside.
My inside.
But I'm afraid you'll hurt my inside. And he's like, I won't do that.
I will never do
that. Fucking, oh my god.
So then we get a woman getting off an airplane.
A bus.
Oh, bus. Sorry, my bad.
And
It is a Greyhound station.
and
that's
walking.
right. And she's walking with her suitcases, and then
We hear like,
we start to hear.
and we see some fucking weirdo walking through an alleyway, as the woman gets more and more freaked out.
So she starts running away and gets cornered and
He grabs her and pulls her in the alleyway,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
and then
he-
just
He's like
and starts stabbing her.
And while hissing.
While all the fucking neighbors just look out their windows as if they heard the garbage being knocked over. Not really looking too worried.
And they just they see this all happening. No one does anything.
And then he kills her. And then we cut to one of the apartments, and there's a woman there with
And she's freaked out.
some guy, and she's just like, I'm scared. I'm leaving.
I've seen that guy before. I know who he is. I'm leaving. I've seen
And the
his
guy's
face.
like-
I need to get to a safe place.
The guy's like, you're crazy.
And the girl's like,
like,
no,
what?
I've seen his face. I know who
Yeah.
he is.
And the guy's like, I don't know, I guess he's just pretending that nothing happened.
Yeah.
So that's it. Scene
So
ends.
she starts to pack up and she leaves. That's the end of the thing.
And then it's the next day.
Now Kane is on the case.
He's asking around. He's asking prostitutes
We
and
get a montage of
fucking
him just in a phone booth.
yelling on the phone.
And he's talking to some guy, and then he grabs a prostitute's ass,
And then gets information out of her.
And
But
then-
apparently he gets nothing.
and then more of him in the phone booth, and he doesn't get anything. So he goes back to he's starts looking around the murder scene, and he sees there's an open window, and so he goes to that apartment.
He goes to the apartment, and then he sees that there's cops already interrogating somebody.
Yes.
And there's this woman, and she's just like, my roommate might have seen something. And they're like, oh, where is she? And she's like, I don't know. She's not here.
She's not here. I think she saw something, but I'm not sure. And so,
She mentions that she's like a singer or something.
so Kane goes to find the club where she's sang for some reason.
And he just
knows.
steals the photo of
Steals
her.
the photo so he can show everyone.
And then he goes to another club.
He goes to a nightclub, and he finds he goes in back.
The creakiest nightclub I've ever heard. Every footstep, the floorboard just goes apeshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he walks into the back room, and he has his friend,
His friend,
Black.
His friend is just named Black.
Guess what he is? A black man.
Yes.
Did you guess?
Named Black.
Do you know what he wears? Black. It's the most clever.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Just the best.
The most clever character.
Clever character ever to be conceived in film.
And he just shows him a picture. Shows picture. And the guy's just like,
And the
I can
guy's
help you
like,
find her,
I can
but
help you find her, but we're square after this or something.
no, because he's like, how much our usual? Like 50%. He's like, for this, be 75 or something,
Yeah.
which is quite a fucking tall
So
order.
I think our guy says 25, and
Okay.
Black they negotiate to 50.
To 50, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay. Then this is the next scene, and they're just waiting outside this apartment for some dude to get on a motorcycle.
And they do get
Who
on
he
a
is,
motorcycle. We have no
no idea.
idea. So they start driving. We figure out his name is Atlas, though.
Yeah,
So they drive to a gay club.
a gay club, and they
They start
he's gonna
questioning people. there.
question Atlas.
So he goes up to Atlas, and Atlas starts threatening him with a bottle, and he's like, if you don't stop talking to me, I'm gonna shove this bottle straight up your ass.
He's like either you leave or I shove this bottle up your ass, and he's like, your
fucking-
choice.
And I love Kane's response because he's just like, well, it's your bottle.
It's like,
That's
yes,
supposed to be what?
yes, it is your
Is that
bottle.
supposed to be like a quip?
Apparently,
Is that supposed to be clever?
and they fight, and there's a fucking barroom brawl that just breaks out, and they apparently get information from Atlas off
Yes.
screen. But I will mention the fucking piece of shit who directed Devil and Leroy Bassett and Claws is in this fucking scene,
Oh my god, yeah, he's in it again.
playing a
Fucking
flamboyant
again.
gay man named Bruno, and he's instantly recognizable as soon as he
Yes.
pops on screen. Bald douchebag in sunglasses indoors,
Yes.
and I'm just like, that fucking piece of shit. I was hoping he got punched, but he never got punched.
Nope. And you never see him again after this.
He's gone.
So now we get a massage parlor
Oh God,
and a random
Roman. It's called Roman massage.
yeah, or
whatever the fuck that
a
means.
random dude walks in and is like, "I want a massage."
And the woman's like, "We're closed. And then he hands her $100 bill. And she's like, oh, I guess we're open now. You just get on back in there and get naked, honey.
So he goes in back.
And then
we don't
she-
see his face. And she goes into the back and like undoes her robe.
Undoes her robe to flash boobs at the camera and then fucking fixes it back up and goes to look for him. But he like ambushes her and hisses at her.
Yep, and then you see her boobs again.
And then he stabs her in, like, the throat.
Stabs her
And-
over and over.
And
And then we get the next scene is a dude sitting at a table drinking orange juice, waiting for like,
oh my god.
and the waiter,
Oh my
like,
God.
the like,
Oh my god.
this is the weirdest reveal.
The butler.
The butler brings over
Keto.
Keto, not Kaito, okay? Keto.
He's very ethnic, Will.
He brings over.
He's very ethnic.
He's very white. He brings over a tray and it says murder on it.
The newspaper, yeah.
And it's like, tea. And like him and his mom are talking. Oh no, Kato sits down.
Well, his mom comes over and she's just like,
Well, no, because Kato says they're going to figure you out
Yeah.
eventually, right?
oh yeah. And then he's like, I'm too like rich and smart for that.
He's like, my mom has the best lawyers. They'll never
I'm
put me
too
away
like
for
fucking I'm too rich for this shit. And then his mom comes out and she's just like fucking like over the top, just oh ho ho.
good. Well, like, kind of bitching him out for not
Yeah.
being responsible and all this stuff. And he gets pissed. This is weird. This is a weird scene.
He starts getting like he gets pissed, but then he like
He like starts grabbing her hand and like twisting it and like
and then
almost
like
breaking
he
it.
grabs like her hair and is like, I love your hair.
He's like, your hair's always smelled nice.
And then he like grabs her and kisses her.
Yeah, and she's like freaked out.
Like incestuously kisses her, and then he's like, I wanted to see what your face looks like after you're done like with your lovers.
Yeah.
Like after she's done getting fucked.
Yeah, and he mentions like orgies too.
Oh yeah, sex orgies.
Yeah.
Because in the movie we see that his mom was a bit of a horn dog for some reason, and he's not happy because he ain't getting none. Maybe, I don't know.
And then we go to his dojo where he trains with Kato.
Keto,
And oh, sorry, my bad.
you fuck.
Keto.
And Keto
Keto's
is the
diet.
man who taught him the hisses.
And so
And what we get is just two fuckheads hissing. Just over and over. And then he just like. They keep mentioning, he's like, yeah, you've taught me everything you know over the past year and a half. All this gobbledygook. And then he starts like hearing. I don't know if it's hallucination or what, but he hears like his mom like, come here, like lover boy. All this shit. And he just
Yeah.
leaves. He's done training.
so he's stalking.
Oh god.
He starts stalking another woman, doesn't he?
Oh my god. Yeah, we get like him outside of this like Asian woman's house.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
So she okay. So
Of course, she takes off her bra.
she takes off all her clothes and then immediately puts on a robe, walks into the bathroom, which is like 2 feet away, takes off robe.
Yep.
Immediately.
And puts on a towel. So I don't know the mechanics behind the magical, when
The
you
towel?
when you put a towel on your head to dry your hair, because I've never done it.
She puts on a
She
towel
puts on a towel and gets in the shower.
and gets in the shower.
Now, isn't that not what you're supposed to do?
Well, I don't fucking know.
So
she
she
stands in the
starts-
shower for like a total of 5 seconds
And he draws back the curtains and
and
she
hisses,
screams.
and then she screams, and her like boyfriend runs out,
It's like, hey, what are you doing?
and then he tells her to call the cops.
And he goes
He
out.
chases him on the roof.
They fight.
The boyfriend has chopsticks.
The Chinese boyfriend has chopsticks for weapons.
Yes,
This actually happens.
he has chopsticks, and he shockingly loses a battle of chopstick versus knife.
Yes.
Shockingly loses.
And the guy's kind of slits,
Slits his face,
yeah, I don't know.
and that kills him, I guess. And then we just get a shot of our main character and Black outside of a building, and they're just like, he's like, yeah, they're in there. Like the nightclub singer, like she's shacked up with these like gangster types.
So our guy's like, I'm gonna go talk to him.
So Black goes upstairs on the roof, and he's gonna make an entrance from the roof, while our guy just goes through the front door.
Black makes a slow ass entrance here.
He has the audacity to make a slow ass entrance and then say that our guy got lost.
Yes.
It's like, bitch, our guy found it right away. Because he walks right in and they're just like...
They immediately grab him because, like,
Yeah.
you know, they know what's going on.
They grab him, and then the main baddie, who is like the least intimidating man I've ever seen,
I know.
just like slowly turns around and takes off his indoor sunglasses,
Like, punches
punches our guy, and then like
Kane.
stands him back up, and they take his
And then, like,
shirt
start,
off,
like,
and
beating him.
he slices his belly,
And then they start beating him a little bit, and they beat him up.
all while like
a lot.
threatening him and like saying like your typical movie shit.
All while we get scenes of Black just going through this apartment, just like
Slowly.
nothing's going on.
I know.
Just, like, strolling through this fucking apartment.
Then they eventually knock out our guy, and then he wakes up, and the woman is there, and there's like, we just wanted you to see her before we kill you, and all this shit. And finally, fucking finally,
Kane,
Black,
Black gets there, and they all fight.
and like they start shooting, and then eventually they just stop shooting and they start fighting, and the fight makes its way outside. They fight, and
They're on like a staircase, and like they get punched down the stairs, and like
oh yeah, one guy
all
gets
this
shot.
shit happen, and like
One guy gets shot and like falls off the staircase, and
then finally the bad dude and Kane are fighting, and he gets the upper hand, and
he just punches him in the face like 50 times
Yep.
by holding his head up. And eventually, they're just talking, and Black is just like, you know what, this is too much for me, I'm done. Because you handle it, I guess.
yeah,
And he bitches him out. He's like, where the hell were you? He's like, why'd you take so long? He's like, you got lost. He's like, no, he didn't, you fuck. He found it right away.
So then, like, Kane's like, okay, let's get this over with. So he goes back upstairs.
Well, no, Black just bails.
Yeah, Black leaves.
And Kane goes upstairs and sees the remaining baddie and the woman. And they just slowly walk up to each other. And the remaining baddie has a knife.
And they struggle with it.
And Kane grabs it and stabs him with it.
Yep, and then asks the girl what's going on.
And then grabs the woman and just gets all the information he needs.
Yeah.
And just dips. And that plot line comes to an end.
Yep. And
Because she knows right away. She's like, it's Richard, blah blah blah, and that's it. Like that's it. He knows.
yeah. That 30-minute segue just to be
Yep.
like, it's this guy that we already knew was the murderer.
And that's it.
Like in the movie, we already know this guy's the murderer, so I don't
Well-
even know why this is relevant.
The audience knows, but our guy didn't know.
Yeah, but like,
But he knows now.
they could have just done that in a
No.
quick scene. But
No.
instead, they spend 20
No.
minutes trying to explain
We
this
need-
when we already fucking know who
No.
the murderer is.
No, we needed the intense scene of our guy getting fucking slowly tortured while his buddy fucking ambles through the house like a turtle.
Saunters through this like
Fucking empty house. Bullshit.
So
And-
now he goes back to the Pizza Hut lady.
His chick.
Yes.
He goes to her house and she's like kind of worried and is like, do you want like what do you want? Like, do you want like a drink? Blah blah blah. And they have a little romantic talk
Yes.
about how she can't handle like this. She can't handle him being beat up. She doesn't even know what he does and blah blah blah. But they fuck anyway.
Yep.
And he apparently just sleeps like 20 fucking hours.
And then he wakes up and is like, "How long have I been out?" And she's like basically like a couple days. Like when you sleep, you really sleep.
He needed sleep after all that, Will. And
so
they have another little argument, but whatever. She loves him too much.
And then she's gonna help him get into this party.
So she sets up a party to get into this party that the mom of the killer is throwing.
Basically, because the Pizza Hut girl's like a rich socialite.
But but he wanted her to just invite him to the party.
Yes, not the girl too.
But she also invited herself, and he's like, "You're putting yourself in harm's way," which you know.
When she's like, "You're not going without me."
And they go to this party, and they introduce themselves. It's all pretty straightforward.
And
But we get extended scenes of the killer, like, standing behind a bush and watching his mom make out with a random dude.
Yep.
That's what happens.
It's really fucking creepy.
Eventually, the woman, like, makes her way to the game room.
Yep. And then like the murderer goes in and like confesses like fucking.
Well, first he just, like, walking around a pool table, like juggling a ball in his hand.
When like just talking this bullshit.
Just like, are you scared of me? They're all scared of me. Are you scared of me? Like, it just, he starts at like 50
And then he goes to fucking 1,000.
and then goes to like 100 right away. Just
Because he's
instantly.
like, oh, I had like, you know, like,
Starts talking to himself,
Starts,
starts
like-
saying mommy,
and like confess, like, mommy, stay with me.
just loses it.
And like starts kind of trying to confess that like what was it? Like he didn't have to kill them. He was like,
Yeah,
I wanted to do it.
because they're all the same.
Yeah,
They're all whores and all this stuff.
yeah.
And basically just goes insane for no reason
Mommy, stay
as the
with
woman
me.
slowly backs out of the room. And then she's talking to our guy. And she's like, you don't understand, like, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, he needs help. You need to call the cops, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, don't worry
No.
about it. Just go home. Like, go home. I'll take care of this. So he goes to take care of it.
He does not take care of
He
it.
walks into, like, the greenhouse, gets knocked the fuck out, karate chopped.
Yep. And then fucking the murderer leaves.
And we see that the murderer killed his mom. And then the murderer puts him in the trunk and tells Keto to go dump him, like, into the ocean.
Yeah.
Because the fish will eat his eyes. Whatever.
Okay.
And also Keto grabs his tiny gun
Yes.
and stashes it in his chest. So that when Keto is carrying our guy and about to dump him over a cliff,
The guy.
our
can
guy
reach the
slowly
fucking gun.
reaches into his shirt and shoots the gun and kills Keto.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter because the
mur-
fucking killer makes his way to the house of the girlfriend. The dipshit neighbor stands in his fucking garden and just watches the killer karate chop the door open.
Yep. And
That's
then
what
he
he does.
finally goes in.
He goes in. Well, the killer goes in. The neighbor's still standing there, like,
that's right, yeah.
scared, being a
And
fucking idiot.
He does his. Well, he stabs the girl.
Yeah, because he walks up to her and he hallucinates that it's his mom. And he stabs her. And then the fucking neighbor dumbass finally walks in when he's done stabbing her.
And the guy just slits his throat. And then
No, he walks up to him and, like, we hear, like, slash, cut.
Yep.
That's it. And then immediate next shot is, like, a fucking line of, like, pedestrians
People just looking at the fucking dead body of the girl
in the house.
in the house, and the guy and fucking Kane makes his way through the crowd and is all sad because his girlfriend died because he put her in like massive danger.
And he says, like, my baby.
My baby.
And then he
I
gets
loved
angry.
you.
And then the next shot is Kane in the car with his fist.
I love
Remember?
Kane's angry thing because it's like he's like wide. He doesn't do the typical like angry face where you like
No.
you push your eyebrows down.
He goes wide.
He goes like wide eyed and like he looks like a fucking maniac.
Yeah. And then there's a shot of him sitting in his car waiting for the fucking killer to, I guess, skedaddle out of his house on a motorcycle.
Yep.
And he just has his fist, like clenched fist, resting on the steering wheel.
Then we get a car chase scene with a motorcycle and Kane's car.
Kane's car, and
They go like all over the place. Like
they go down like this hill,
The
and
motorcycle goes down like staircases, trying to get away from him. Then they finally go into the dry.
so in Los Angeles, like the they have the artificial LA River,
Yeah.
and it's like a concrete, like a huge concrete riverbed, and they have a car chase through that, and eventually the fucking it's an alright car chase, like.
So they
not
go
bad.
up on like the side, and like the motorcycle like loses control, and he like
Skids into the water, and then because I guess it wasn't enough for the motorcycle to lose control for no reason at all,
Kane's car flips.
just flips, spontaneously flips.
And then we see Kane running from the car all quickly, and he jumps, and then it explodes.
yeah,
And then they just and the car explodes again, and this big explosion. It's the
They
only
get-
explosion of the movie.
Yeah.
They needed to do it right?
well, I wasn't even expecting any, to be honest, but hey, they did it, and they fight in the water, and then there's a foot chase.
So the baddie gets
My
up
favorite.
on on a fence,
It's my favorite
and
part.
he tries to get away, and he kicks Kane, and like, Kane like dramatically rolls down this hill, like he has to like force himself to
Yeah.
roll down it. It's hilarious.
My favorite
it's
part
the
of the
funniest
scene, though,
thing to
is there's
watch.
no music on. Kane rolling down the hill.
You just hear his clicks of his like.
You hear the
shoes.
clicks of his shoes and his like shoulder hitting the concrete. It's beautiful.
And it's clearly his stuntman.
It's so clearly a stuntman.
It's so great.
And they get into like this like rail yard. They sneak around it. They eventually get on top of the rail cars and they chase
chase
across
each
that,
other.
like jumping across the rail
And then
cars.
so like the guy gets down and Kane decides to jump on him.
They fight a little, but the guy like temporarily incapacitates Kane and they run onto a bridge. And then they fight there and he like almost throws Kane off the bridge and Kane just kind of like hangs on for dear life.
And he like goes underneath the bridge and like has to hold on while a train passes by.
Oh yeah, he's kind of
And he's rocking back and forth.
waddles.
And like the bad guy's like holding the pole, like all scared of the train. Like,
The train
right
that's
next
like
to him,
a
just,
foot away from
yeah,
him.
he's like, oh
And Kane crawls back up. They fight again, but this time, when the bad guy throws a fist at Kane, he grabs
no!
it
Kane catches it with his bare hands.
with his bare hands. He
grabs
catches the
bare
bare fist,
knuckle. The bare knuckle with his bare hand.
and then he punches him,
And
and he throws another one, and he catches it again.
And the guy fly, and then he like,
He throws him off the
throws it
fucking
off.
bridge,
and the guy flies down, and you just hear a crunch
and then you just see his fucking like glove floating down the thing,
with a little bit of blood peppered in.
and that's it.
End movie.
End movie.
Well, we see Kane walking down the rail yard, just
Angrily.
all angry, and while this
This
like
fucking
funk
jam.
music.
We get the
plays.
jams.
I did actually like the soundtrack.
The soundtrack
a lot to
is
this
good.
Movie.
Soundtrack's
It's
got
really
the
good.
bops.
Yeah,
It's got some
really
fucking
good.
bops.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
But yeah, end movie.
And that's it. That's how simple this movie is. It took us 30 minutes to explain this.
That's the movie.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was bare knuckles. Like, I don't know. Like, this movie's like has a certain charm to it.
It's okay.
I don't think it's like terrible. I think it's like it's not good.
No.
It's decisions were made
Yes.
and like subplots
Like hissing.
go nowhere. The hissing while he's murdering people is weird.
The subplots go places. They end.
It's
in,
just-
they end in everyone dying.
I just think it's a little too like it's been done so many times, so many better better ways.
Well. No
Like-
shit.
So many better ways. Like,
No shit.
it's just so cliche.
Oh yeah.
Like that's like I don't know, like do something different. Try something else. You know, like
Nah.
no, they didn't.
Well-
They had the mommy issues, which is very like we've seen it before.
Especially on this podcast.
Yep. They had the murderer that does weird shit while he's murdering people.
Yep.
Done before.
We haven't had hissing, but you know he did do weird shit.
They have weird excuses to show boobs on screen for some reason. I don't know. Like it's just a throwaway movie. It's just like there's nothing to it. Right?
Nothing.
There's nothing unique. There's nothing that makes it like a enjoyable, watchable experience.
Nothing.
If you want to watch it, we watched a really bad take that someone recorded on a VCR.
Someone recorded it off of a VCR, digitized that recording, and put it on YouTube.
That's it. Yeah, just look up Bare Knuckles 1977.
That's the best way to see it.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
It's not a bad cut. There is some coloration issues and like some audio issues, of course.
It looks like a fucking a well-worn VHS.
Yes. Apparently, whoever watched it quite a bit.
This was their favorite movie. Well,
Maybe it was. I have no idea. I don't know why it would be. There's so many better movies
because
out
they
there.
have never seen any other movie. Will, this is the only movie they watched.
They haven't seen Death Promise.
That's promise.
Death Promise.
Yeah, this is no Death Promise.
No, it is not. It is really not. Very few things are Death
Unfortunately,
Promise.
only Death Promise is Death Promise.
Yes, it's true.
but
oh
it's
my
it's
God.
okay.
But yeah, no, it wasn't like it's not terrible. It's watchable,
It is very watchable.
but like it's nothing you haven't seen before. I guarantee you that. Like it's nothing. You're not gonna be wowed by this at all.
No, not really.
It's just like kind of like meh. It's
Yeah.
like it's a meh movie. It's a throwaway movie, and that's my that's it. That's it. I can't explain it any more than that because it's so
Simple.
It's been done, and it's been done better.
Yes.
So this is a throwaway movie and there's nothing unique to make it even memorable.
Nothing.
I probably won't remember this tomorrow.
Doubt.
So
Big fucking doubt. Yeah.
that's my final thoughts. I enjoyed it, but there's nothing to it.
Not really.
It's just a shell.
It's a thing.
It's a movie that you can watch. It's only an hour and a half long, so
Yeah.
it's not
So it's
long.
easy to watch.
But why would you want to? There's so many other better movies that do this kind of thing better.
Because, Will, Pizza Hut.
I mean, we had to watch it, but remember our motto: we watch these movies so you don't necessarily have to.
But you should.
You don't watch this one. You should
Watch
watch
it.
the other ones.
Watch it.
No,
Watch it.
go watch Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
This
I'm
is
just-
way better than fucking...
I am kidding. I am kidding. Don't go watch that.
You fucking clown.
It's horrible. It is fucking awful.
Are you... This movie shits all over Planet of the Dinosaurs,
really
baby.
Because it might be like cliche and kind of like overdone, but at least
Things happen.
things make sense and things happen.
Things happen.
Things happened in Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
They built a
A stockade.
A stockade, a giant,
Like a tiny fence.
a tiny fence that the dinosaur just broke right through.
Yeah. It broke through like it's like sticks.
It was tissue paper.
Like a fucking gingerbread house. Garbage.
But yeah, that was bare knuckles.
They should put that on the poster of this movie. It's better than Planet of the Dinosaurs.
That's a credit I'll give it.
That should be on the poster.
But we gotta do the real review. Shitty to pretty.
6.
6?
6, yeah.
Wow. I go with a 5. It's middle. It's bland.
Yeah.
It's just everything about this screams middle. It's just like it's just 5. Like because it's so bland. There's nothing good to it. There's nothing necessarily bad to it. It's just a perfectly middle movie that has nothing going on.
Car chase, explosion, and stuntman tumbling down a fucking concrete hill bring it up to a 6.
It's still a 5 for me.
If they didn't have that, I'd give it a 5.
I've just seen it done better.
You have, Will.
I can't go lower than 5 because it doesn't.
But have
deserve
you
that.
seen it done in a movie about a fucking man who has an incestuous love for his mom and a fucking gay porn star bounty hunter who picks up a woman at a Pizza Hut and has a subplot
Maybe
where
not,
they
but-
find a woman hiding in a house of gangsters for no reason because she's scared of her neighborhood. So what's the solution?
Go to a more dangerous neighborhood?
Go to a house full of people where any stranger that comes in, they will kill him.
Well, like, okay, so I've never seen it in that sequence of events, no. But on the other hand, like, I've just seen this kind of stuff done way more, like, uniquely and just, like, more well done.
Yeah, but this isn't the good movie podcast.
I know, but it's not, it doesn't always have to be the bad movie podcast. But it can
Oh,
also
but it
be,
is.
it can also be the meh movie podcast. And this one takes the cake on meh. It's just bland. It's vanilla bullshit.
Nah, it's not quite vanilla. For most people,
there are some things that maybe
for most people, this isn't vanilla movie.
for me.
For us, it is.
For us, it's vanilla. For this
Because we've watched
podcast,
some
it's-
shit.
it's
We've watched some
vanilla.
shit. But for your
Compared
average
to-
person
Yeah.
who just watches like whatever the fuck is on Netflix, this ain't gonna be vanilla.
I guess that's true.
If you're one of those people, I'd say watch this.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
You might get in.
What else are you gonna do?
You might enjoy it more than we do because we've watched all
Yeah.
these. We've already been susceptible.
we're desensitized.
exactly.
You're not.
We have watched all this shit.
We've seen Death Promise.
I know, and nothing will ever be the same.
And
after
you
that.
could watch Death Promise. What else are you gonna do? You gonna watch the Perfection? No,
No.
go watch Death Promise.
Matter of fact, maybe I might get crucified for this. Don't watch any Netflix original movie
Ever? No,
They
I'm with
just
no,
suck.
no. Watch Death
I'm
Promise.
sorry, that's a biased, but like
You know,
their series are awesome. Don't watch their movies.
Netflix should remove all their movies and replace them with Death Promise.
Series awesome. They did good job. Movies suck. Do better.
Just replace every movie with Death Promise.
Although Always Be My Maybe was funny. I will admit that.
It's because Keanu Reeves is in it.
Well, yeah, and I think Ali Wong is really funny, and
And we get a song about punching Keanu Reeves in the face
that is true.
that ends the movie, which is fucking hilarious.
It is great, but Keanu Reeves did kind of carry some of the movie.
Yes, he walks in with fucking Sail, which is the funniest shit.
It's true, and then he talks about how he learned martial arts from the guy who taught him in John Wick, and it's beautiful. And then he wants Randall Park to punch him in the face.
Or he's just, well, I dropped out of high school so I could follow my passions.
Just go watch Always Be My Maybe because it's the only Netflix.
Yeah, and then you should go watch fucking Death Promise.
Go watch Death Promise after that.
You'll
It's
have
a rom-com action movie.
Death Promise is a rom-com.
Oh, that's true.
Sup Kim and our guy.
Dude, Sup Kim is the best. He is the shit, okay? I still love Sup Kim. And you get a bunch of dudes yelling at each other.
Oh god, you get a scene full of 70s porno stashes yelling. This movie didn't have enough porno stashes yelling at each other.
I love Death. I need to go watch Death Promise again because that fucking yelling scene is the best. I still think about it fondly because that fucking orange-haired guy, like, oh my god, his yelling is the funniest shit because it's just like,
Fucking Jimmy Buffett. That's what he looks like.
It's fucking hilarious. Go
yeah.
watch Death Promise. But okay,
We done.
again, we're not reviewing Netflix movies.
We're
so
done.
That was just a bias
Well,
thing.
we'll get there.
But
We'll get there.
oh god, oh god,
We'll fucking get there.
oh god. All right, well that's gonna be a long way away, so we don't have to worry about that.
Not yet, but we'll get there. But we're done.
We done, and that was the episode.
Bare Knuckles.
Bare Knuckles. Go watch it on YouTube if you want to.
YouTube. It's an hour 3
But
minutes.
it's bland. For They Mostly Come Out at Night. This has been Will,
This has been Alex.
and we will talk to you all later.